Hello again, people. Just wanted to do another quick video on the 2021 Fender Telecaster that I just got yesterday. I had a bit of time to play it last night and do a quick demo for YouTube, but so it's the next day. I noticed something that was a little off last night, and I'll get into that shortly here, but I just kind of wanted to go over some of the quality control aspects of Fender. Just what I think of the overall guitar and the feel. So just spend a couple of minutes on the history of Fender. So back in, I think it's 1950, Leo Fender wanted to get a head start on the electric guitar market, and so he built this guitar. I think back then it was called Broadcaster, I believe. 1950. And then, so in 51, the production models came out from Fender, and I think it was Gretsch had already had some sort of instrument that was named the Broadcaster already. I think it was another guitar. Anyhow, I'm not. So they ended up changing the name to Telecaster in 52, I think. Um, So I'm pretty new to Fender guitars, so if you guys want to correct me on what I'm saying, feel free to do so. But anyways, yeah, so that's kind of the gist of it. And wasn't until couple of years, actually around the same time in 1952, that Gibson came out with their version of an electric guitar. However, theirs had P90s. It wasn't until 57 they came out with the PAFs, humbuckers for Gibson. But back to the Telecaster, two single coil pickups. Initially, they started out with a string through design on the body. And then around 57 or 58, they decided to switch things and go to a top-loading bridge. And then back then, some of I guess a lot of the players weren't too comfortable with the sound of the top-loading bridge, so they ended up doing a combination bridge that you could top load. There's the holes here. Oh, one sec. So you can top load the string through the bridge here, or go through through the body where it gives more resonance, is what is believed. And so yeah, that's that. And I couldn't show the back of the guitar yesterday because it was sitting beside me here, but now I can. So I guess this is the American American Professional 2 model. Apparently on the American Pro 1 model, it didn't have this sculpted heel, where it gives you a little more easier access to the upper frets. And so to me that feels good. Like I said, I've never played the any other Fender. Well, I shouldn't say that. Back quite a while ago, my one of my relatives had is one of the reasons why I got into playing guitar. He was an amazing guitarist. His name was Miles, and he was a Strat player. And I had to remember, I tried his Strat a while back, and at that time I think I had an Ibanez 7-string, and his Strat had the 3 single coil pickups. And when I tried it, the middle coil was kind of in the way for picking for me. And if I remember, the strings were very close together. So I kind of gravitated away from Fender for that very reason. I was too used to Ibanez because it had the flat, wide neck. And plus I was into more like heavy metal back then. I still like metal today, but so going back to here, the Fender, it has, like I said yesterday, the roasted maple neck. Here's a close-up of the frets. And I really like the maple neck here. You could see how it has some nice flame figuring into it. Very nice piece of wood. And so why Telecaster, you might be thinking? And I would say, why not? Fender is obviously a staple in the guitar manufacturing, guitar industry, along with Gibson, two of the biggest competitors in the world, along with a lot of other ones. But yeah, so I associate the Telecaster mainly with country music and rock and roll and blues. And then I was thinking, my goodness, the Telecaster is involved with all different kinds of music, and it sounds good in any kind of genre. I like this. I like the spankiness it gives off for blues. It has, same with the Strat. It has this sound that just you can't really quite get with the Gibson. Gibson's awesome, obviously, for a lot of things, but there's just sound that the Strats and Telecaster have on blues and country. I'm not a very good country player. Maybe I'll try learning some chicken picking, but you know, I could play a little bit of blues. Also, so I guess starting off with some of my idols, maybe Carl Perkins with Johnny Cash had the Telecaster. Jimmy Page, Keith Richards, Rolling Stones. And if you guys have ever watched the movie Crossroads with Ralph Macchio, Steve Vai was the sit-in guitarist for the Karate Kid on that movie. He was playing a nice Telecaster. And actually, I was going to get that same Telecaster that was in that movie, the same color. I think it was vintage white, I believe, or some sort of blondish color. Anyways, I saw this, and this kind of... actually, it was the maple neck that I wanted. Is why I got this one. Sorry, the roasted maple neck. I really like the look of it. It's very, very nice neck. Metal pickguard. I actually got this guitar sight unseen, which is typically not a very good idea. You should actually try the guitar first before buying it, but I was looking online, and this was the only model in stock, so I had them put it away a couple of days, put it on hold until I could get there. And like I said, I got it yesterday. So, but at that time I didn't know it had this metal pickguard. So going back to quality control, I don't have any real complaints. This is actually a really well built guitar. Only two subtle things that that kind of stood out. The neck is nice and straight, and the finish on it is very, very nice. It just like slides so good. So it has the Fender tuners. I just love the roasted maple neck. See how nice and smooth that is. So here's the Gibson gold top. So yeah, the overall construction of the Telecaster is pretty good, pretty good work. No complaints at all. So the only thing that kind of bothered me was I was before I was doing the sound demo last night, I was tuning it up, and I noticed it was just slightly out of tune. The setup is actually is good on it, so I know it wasn't the setup. The neck has the proper relief, and the tuner was saying everything was in tune, but I noticed it was just slightly off. And if you're a Les Paul player, your ear becomes very accustomed to knowing when a string is out of tune. And so I was kind of baffled. And what happened was, after I uploaded the video, I took a look very close to the guitar. And I noticed, so whoever strung this, put the strings on this guitar at the Fender factory, they put this D string on backwards. Not backwards, but the A and the D should be switched around. This is the D string and this is actually the A string. And you can't really tell until you look very, very close. You could see that this one is fatter or thicker than this one. So that's where I was hearing the slightly out of tune, even though the tuner was saying it was in tune. Oh, my camera just died, so I'm back now. So yeah, the two strings, once I get I bought some new strings here that I'm going to be putting on. These guys are Ernie Ball Hybrid Slinky 9-46. These ones came with just a little bit thinner. See, they feel a little bit thinner than what I'm used to. So yeah, these are the ones I usually use. I have tried 8s, a little bit lighter gauge strings. 8s are not too bad, but I like these ones. So yeah, going back to the I put my light on here. Okay, so going back to the frets. So I'm not sure how how it passed the string mismatch here. Not a big deal, not a big deal at all. But the frets here are not too bad, but I was expecting a higher polished job before it leaving the factory. Not you know, again, that's not a big deal either. Easily done to polish them up yourself. The plastic here is still on this lipstick pickup. So yeah, going back to some of the artists, like I was saying, it doesn't matter which genre. This guitar, the Telecaster, is very versatile, and like I said, country, blues, rock and roll, even heavy metal. Rage Against the Machine guitarist Tom Morello, he uses a Telecaster for all of his drop D tunings for a lot of the Rage Against the Machine songs. So that's if you think Telecaster can't be heavy, just go listen to Rage Against the Machine, and that'll prove otherwise. Not only that, Jim Root is another notable heavy metal master. For the band Slipknot, he uses a Telecaster. I was pretty surprised that he switched from what was he using before? Anyways, he switched to a Telecaster, but I think he put EMGs, I think, in his signature model. But either way, it's still a Telecaster body guitar at its core. And so yeah, I'm just gonna put these lace it up with some new strings and do another quick demo with the new strings, and hopefully we could get this guy back into regular tuning, standard tuning. And maybe we'll do a drop D lick. We'll see how that goes.